This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
As we told you yesterday, Andrew McQualter had been announced as the West Coast Eagles coach. Stephen King was well touted as taking that gig, but Andrew seemed to be the standout.
Horror writer.
Yeah. Not only a novelist, Nathan, but he can coach football.
Wow, he wrote Christine.
Yes,
That
true.
story about when the cars get angry.
And Misery.
You know,
Misery,
I don't do
Kathy
scary
Bates.
movies.
Kathy Bates.
Can't watch any
You
of
saw
them.
Misery though, didn't you?
No, I've seen it.
Misery is the one
I've seen
where
it.
the rider his car and breaks down next to an Uber fan's house. She basically
Yeah, then she smashes his ankles and stuff.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
wooden
Can't do
smashes
it.
the ankles. It's the best way to stop someone from leaving.
Just a reminder of being at home most days.
But Megan can't be seen smashing her ankles, isn't she? She just hits you with a phone book so they don't leave a bruise.
No bruising.
It's perfect. Can I say this Eagles coach was all over the news last night?
Yeah.
I like him. He's got a real warmth to him. Natalie pointed out maybe because the media hasn't stood on his neck yet while he's trying to breathe.
I said Adam Simpson had that when he arrived as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't know. He just seems
Nice
really.
fam-
He just
young
seems
family.
really warm and nice. And the answers and the way he was speaking wasn't put through a coach's filter.
No, he's done really well with being able to address the media. And one of those things, Nathan, has been in the industry for long enough, certainly as a player before, so you're used to getting interviewed about how shit you've gone, generally. And the other part of that is that he was the senior coach at Richmond for
Yeah, he
13
was,
games
yes.
last season, so he was able to do those press conferences on a regular basis. What I do like about him going forward with the West Coast Eagles is he's told us he's going to play a completely new game plan.
Yeah.
Here he is.
I'm really clear on the way that I want the game to look and to play, and it will be different to the way West Coast have played for the last little while, and that should be really exciting for the guys in this room. We'll create a style that suits us and puts us in the best position to win games of football.
Yeah, after
That's-
they get a goal, they're all going to do it, flap their arms like
Yeah.
a bird.
I
And
reckon
it's
that's
gonna
what
take
got him
off.
the job, don't you reckon? That he had a clear plan.
Yeah.
He said, this is what I want to
Yeah,
change this
yeah.
and do this
Yeah.
differently.
The
and
first thing, we're
with-
getting them all cricket bats.
with this personnel. Like, don't you reckon?
Totally agree, Nat, and I want to see them doing the flying V at some
Yeah.
stage. That
Don't
would
you
be
think?
really
The
good.
Eagles just started doing the thing, and then all the fans could. Why haven't we been flapping our wings for years?
I don't know. But yeah, Nat, getting back to that, the style that the Richmond Footy Club have played over the journey and he's learned through his time there is haphazard. So there's...
Yes, chaotic, he described it. Yeah.
So from the outside, you don't think there's any rhyme or reason to why they're doing stuff, but there is a game plan and there is a style of, running forward of the play and moving the ball forward at all costs. And from a...
Kick it forward, you might say.
From a defensive point of view, when
Terrible
you're playing
podcast.
against that, it's very difficult because
Yeah.
people are just coming at you. Like they're
Yes.
coming over the hill big time. And if you're a supporter of the West Coast Eagles going to watch them play over the next couple of years, it can be high energy, high octane
Yeah.
and high scoring, which
Free
is
running,
really
yeah.
attractive.
And that is more attractive than that dour kind of Ross line defensive vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ross's defence always back in the day was he had Nick Riewoldt and Kaczynski playing in the forward line, and they still were the highest scoring team
Sure,
back in his
sure.
time. But we only had Pav.
Yeah.
And he was Han
thighs.
Solo.
We only had Pav.
thighs.
Yeah, well, man,
Yeah.
But
he could only kick 8 in a game,
thighs would
you know
block
what I mean?
His thighs would block the goals.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
they
just
did.
stand right in the middle,
God damn
blocked.
It.
Can't even
Don't
get a
to
point.
tell you that Trent Crode had massive thighs
yeah.
back in
Yeah,
the
he
day.
did.
Yeah, he did.
And then he used to put a tanning lotion
Yes.
on them.
To adjust his thighs to enhance
On his thighs.
the
Just the
muscles.
thighs.
Oh.
So
He'd
white
say-
calves, but very tanned
Yeah,
thighs.
yeah. So his thing, I was like, what are you doing? We're playing this game at Canberra at Manuka Oval. We're about to run
Yeah.
out at half time before.
was 4 degrees.
We're playing North Melbourne, games on the line and stuff. You're right in the pit. You're thinking about how you're going to
So he's
just
putting
tear the world apart. And he's reapplying some lotion.
I knew this chick that used to go around to people's houses and do the pop-up tanning thing.
Yes.
And she said there was this one guy who was sort of fit but not fit, and she would paint abs with darker tan.
Yeah.
She'd paint lines across it, and then when it washed off, it looked like there was definition there in photos, but
Hey,
there
we
weren't
still got a
none.
number? Just asking for a friend. That's all.
Shaun, she's cutting in with you,
Yeah.
getting close to the gutters.
She's a real Michelangelo. All right.
I think it's going to be exciting for the West Coast Eagles. They've got a lot to do on their list, and that will happen over the next couple of weeks. But here's the thing: Liam Baker
Yep.
will come over from the West Coast, from Richmond.
Yep.
And Jack Graham is the other one. 2 Richmond guys will
They
come over,
both
and
put their
Liam.
hands up and said, we want to go to West Coast now.
Wow.
Yes, and Liam Baker is a quality human being that
Yes.
will be a real building block for their team in terms of leadership and
Sure.
on-field coaching. and really drive them forward.
Well, people that want to come over to WA, that's nice.
Oh, apart from that, it's a truckload of money.
I was going to say, usually, it's you being shipped here.
Is Liam Baker from here?
He's a West Aussie,
yeah, he's coming home.
But it's an enormous amount of...
Yes.
How much? What are we talking?
God, they'd pay him close to $1 million probably.
Yeah, you'd move for that.
Would you move to say a small country town for that, like a Meekatharra or something for $1 million?
Yeah, can you help me?
Can you
move?
Yeah, I'll pay you. I've got enough money to pay.
Can I borrow your trailer? Jack Darling, gone. Or now that
there's a new coach, you don't know. You don't know. When I was at Fremantle, there's a couple of guys who were gone. They were gone. They
gone for all money.
They were gone. And Mark Harvey was sitting there, and we had all the discussion. They were gone. Next thing you know, Mark Harvey's pulled out to a meeting. He was gone, and these guys stayed. So anything can happen.
Right. Okay. All right. We'll see.
I won't make a comment on Jack just yet.
Okay, thank you for holding off.
But we'll comment on anything else.
Absolutely, like tanning lotions from the
18
like
to 7 on Nova.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Great to have Caitlin Bassett in the house, Australia's greatest ever netballer.
Ever.
You said that right?
Yeah,
They
take
were
that.
going to stop netball once she stops.
Take that, Liz Ellis.
I love that we
Liz.
threw that word out. I do it all the time at work, like star, legend. I'm
Yes.
like,
About yourself.
yeah. But I'm writing articles about myself. I just find it really, really weird.
Caitlin, we're coming off the back of a big weekend of AFL in particular. Where did you sit on picking the winner of that game on the weekend?
So I am that good a tipper that when I want a team to win, I tip the opposite team. So
I see.
Shaun hasn't
McManus
realised that
effect.
that's how he should use his power.
Yeah.
Yes. So in the lead up, I tipped 100%. All the finals, I tipped every single team. So I was 100%. And then I knew for the grand final, I wanted Brisbane to win. So I said it was going to be Sydney.
Okay.
So you won anyway?
Yes, I did. It was a win-win.
That's great. You sacrificed yourself for the greater good.
It was. And I was so happy to see them. I think they deserve to win.
There's so many stories that come out of the game, and Chris Fagan, the coach of Brisbane, said you can only tell the stories at the end, i.e. Lockie Neal having his issues. Eric Hipwood, who's playing centre half forward, had
Kicked a great goal.
Had a big time groin injury, and they can't talk about it. And if you lose on the other side of things, you can't mention it anyway because you're just a sore loser.
But you do look like a hero. Lucky, he looked amazing. Afterwards, everyone's celebrating around him. He's there basically with the moon boot on.
Yeah,
he's just going, well, I would do it again. It's like you are hardcore.
It was
and
Jeremy
great.
McGovern in the Eagles win in 2018. Like busted ribs, shouldn't have been playing.
But not just that. Even let's
shouldn't
talk
have been
about
playing.
Gov quickly.
And then he does the heroic thing, takes the mark that leads into the passage of play that wins it for them.
Gov this year spits his teeth out into his hand and then just keeps playing.
No, drives back from across the country.
Yes, exactly.
Ribs and things like that. But do you know what? Like you said, you can't talk about those players because you look at Isaac Heaney after the game, you look at Logan McDonald, like players that you go, ooh, they took a risk and it didn't work out. And has John Longmire not learned? Like, how many risks has he taken in the past where...
It's so calculated.
Well, it hasn't worked for him. But with Isaac Heaney, with his fracture in his leg, you just got to play and you just got to get over it.
Yes.
The thing that stuffed them up is Josh Dunkley went to him. It was a great matchup. A couple other matchups worked in Brisbane's favour, and then they were gone. Playing injured, you would have done that 1,000 times over.
I have.
Do you have nerve blockers?
Cbass didn't have to move. She was just...
Well, I got yelled at when I moved. So I...
Statue!
Stay the circle.
Stand there and be tall.
I've got PTSD from Nat Medhurst screaming at me to stay back in the circle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And don't move.
That's funny.
No, I played a whole World Cup series with a numb foot, basically, because I had busted one of my toes. It was very disgusting.
Was there a while there where they... Because it's dangerous to do that, isn't it? Because you are injured, you're just not feeling the pain from the injury. An injury is telling you, your body's saying that there's something wrong. Was there a while there that they just continuously do that until they realise you can't do that?
Was there a time there? They still do it.
No, still do it all the time.
Well, that's how Lockie Neal got through the grand final.
Yeah, but aren't you risking major damage?
Yes.
Well,
It's
one
once
time
again
in the
a calculated risk.
One time in the pre-season, I don't agree with this at all. It's pre-season, so the games need nothing. And I walked in to see the doctor, and there was about 4 guys getting jabs, and you're thinking... It's pre-season. It counts for nothing. And there's weeks to go this season. Anyway, I'll cut in on yours, Cbass.
No, so yes, I've done that. Yes, that's how my knees got busted in the end because I had a torn MCL and I jabbed that and played through that. But it gets to the stage where you can't kick the can down the road any further.
Yes.
And you have to say, no, I need to get surgery or I need to rest and I need to spend some significant time out. And that's really hard because someone else takes your position when you do that.
And it's a long road back.
In your career, would you have rather now if you had your time back to have listened to your body and not done that for the game with the repercussions that you're going to be facing later?
Nah, I
or is that the
would always
moment
play.
in time that you would play? Shaun, same to you.
Yeah, I reckon there was about 5 years ago I was thinking, oh my God, I wish I should have had a bit of a time out. But no, I don't regret it. It's
and
so
there's certainly
difficult
no
to stand
way
out.
you would
No.
have stood
When you're
out
in it, you're in it.
One time my knee blew up massively and I was playing poorly, but Mark Harvey made me stay out. I stayed out and he made me not train. I was like, this is ridiculous. But it took 3 weeks for my knee to come down to a normal size.
Wow.
So you just need that time.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Sometimes
You
your
just
body
mentally
just
can't
needs
get
it.
through
Well,
it.
because you're frightened you're going to miss out.
Well,
Like,
and you've worked so
100%,
hard. So
yeah.
you've made all these sacrifices. You've trained everything. You've been busting your guts in the gym, and then all of a sudden you get out, then you tweak something in the first 5 minutes. You're not going to walk back because
and especially if there's
frustrating.
international matches or finals, in the near future, you're like, you're not going to miss out on those.
So a great news story this week. Well, tonight actually, Michaela Morrison. She's going to be playing for Fremantle Dockers.
Yes, she is.
Her first game in 973 days. So
That's
she did
extraordinary.
her ACL and then obviously had surgery rehab from that. She came back, did her other ACL, has been dealing with that, and now finally is going to play for the Dockers tonight when they play Geelong. And I'm so excited to see her.
Terrified that you're going to go out there and do your ACL again, wouldn't you? Would that be in your head?
Well, I think it's the opposite. I think she's been doing so much training, and they would have
rehab
been
stuff.
really conservative with her as well. So she would have had to tick every single box.
But these
over and
ACLs,
over.
were they injured during games?
Yeah. Or one in game or one in training, I think. So, but that's the risk you take when you play. Like you could get hit by a car when you walk out in the street. After
the
this.
car just driving to my apartment.
We do saw it on the news, obviously. You need a rant, though, because you're at the top.
We know that Nathan's going to be hit by something falling off a building, so it's been foretold.
Horoscope.
So yeah.
A crumbling building will hit me on the head.
No, but I've been loving AFLW this season has been great. Eagles and Dockers both flying.
Yeah.
Eagles got another record that they've busted under Daisy Pearce. They've got a new head coach in the building. What do we think of Andrew McQualter?
Yeah, good luck to him. I hope. I'm sure their style of game, which I'm looking forward to seeing, will be really rejuvenating for the group, but also for the fans. Getting back for the AFLW, it's been remarkable. Both teams have done particularly well to this point in time, and we're 6 games in. So Fremantle playing their 6th game tonight against Geelong. They win this one. It all goes well to play finals. And certainly Daisy Pearce has done a really good job with good recruiting at the Eagles.
Yeah, no, they've done amazing. And look at their stars standing up. Ella Roberts, she had 3 goals in their last game. She's been incredible so far this season. But I think, more of their players, from what I understand,
just
from being on the outside,
together,
they
aren't
are.
they?
They're loving it. They're really enjoying it. We had Georgie Cleaver on the podcast. Holy moly, she's a cross-coder playing netball and football at the moment.
Plug your podcast.
And it's dropping this afternoon. But listen, because her laugh in particular. She's got the best laugh.
Oh, really?
And I just wanted to make her
just
laugh.
listen for that.
Yeah, because she has the best laugh. But she was talking about how connected the group is and how much they get along. And obviously they're finding a way to transfer that onto the field.
Yeah. I love at the moment, though, and it's been around for a while, but the buzzword is connected. Every single one of them, we're really connected.
Daisy Pearce has got a real energy about her, doesn't she? Like she's
it's like an aura almost. Yeah.
She just she's there to do business. She's not there to stuff around. And I saw some interactions with the young fans with Daisy, the coach.
Yeah.
They were as stunned as if she was Nick Natanui. So she's got a real thing about her for the Eagles.
Well, she had a great profile.
She's a great of the game. That's the thing. She's a great of the game. And if you grew up or you followed AFLW in the last few years, you watched her play.
Terrific
you watched
player.
her win championships.
Popped out some twins.
Yes.
And now she's got this amazing woman.
And I've got to say, on the back of the West Coast Eagles, they knew what they wanted, which was a real iconic person to be able to coach that team. And they paid her the most money that she could not refuse.
They should have, because she's doing
She's delivering, absolutely.
And she's delivering,
Do you reckon
that's
she's
the way
gonna
to
help
pick
out
a
with the men's
Daisy.
team?
What's that?
Is she going to help out with the men's team as well? Because if I was Andrew coming in, they're 2 years age difference. They're very similar in age.
Yeah.
I would be going straight to her and being like, okay, what have you done in the last 6 months with this team?
Yeah.
You've been out of the game for a while. Big question.
Yeah.
Are we at a stage now where a football team of men would be receptive to a female coach, honestly?
I don't think so.
Well, Daisy did some coaching at Geelong, though, didn't she? Yeah.
Did you just say, I don't think so? Like,
I don't think
deadpan?
so.
So it's
here's
happened.
the
She's
thing.
done
You
it.
asked that question about it.
The game's the game.
Why can't
Yeah.
Daisy just begin her coaching career and do really successful until her other path, her path goes in a different direction, and that may be in the men's game? Why are we
No, but she's already been in the men's game. She was an assistant
in the top gig, because that's what the first question was when Adam Sims got sacked and he's sitting right there, Daisy Pearce, like, come on, mate.
Yeah, let her coach, let her find her way and what her style is first. But do you seriously think at this day and age, if there was someone else out there who was good enough, that the AFL would be receptive of a female head coach at this stage?
2024, 2025? No.
Okay.
I think it needs to happen.
Oh,
if Kamala, I don't know. Sean loves. I'd love a movie where a woman's in power, or a TV show where a woman gets in power.
Sean's nightmare, obviously.
Buffy.
Oh my God! What do you mean? I have to listen to a woman? Oh, it's the worst.
You guys are way at the top.
Sean was the one guy outside of the female Ghostbusters premiere with a picket. Jobs for men. Jobs for men.
I stand by that. I stand by the Ghostbusters and Ocean's 8.
Are you done with Cbass?
Never done with Cbass. Thanks for coming in, Cbass. You're a champion. What's on the cards for the rest of the week in terms of journalism?
So today is obviously footy day, so I'll head into work at 12 o'clock to cover the girls' match tonight, and then actually I've got a function this week. Perth Demons have got a fundraiser with Daisy Pearce, who's going to be there. Emma O'Driscoll, I'm pretty sure, is coming down as well.
On our show. Will you tell Daisy?
Jess Segenary, the new Demons coach, is going to be there, so that's pretty exciting.
Book Daisy for our show. Were you there?
Shall I do that while I'm there?
Thank you.
We can't get the Eagles guys on here.
We contacted them. No,
don't return our calls.
Yeah, it's like we've done something bad to them.
Get Gov onto them, come on.
Been nothing but supportive of them. Thanks, Cbass. Love your work. We'll talk to you next week.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.